Welcome back. We're getting ready for primary day. This coming Tuesday, yes, this Tuesday, you have to go and vote and nominate candidates for November. We're talking about it all, or at least as much as we can get to, with Joanna Weiss of Experience Magazine and Matt Stout of the Boston Globe. So, in the Secretary of State race, has Josh Zakim, the Boston City Councilor, made the case to throw out, I believe, the longest-serving incumbent statewide officer, Secretary of State Bill Galvin?
It's hard to say. I mean, this is another race where no one's been complaining about the incumbent, and Josh Zakim's coming in and saying, I'm new, I have a fresh look. Yeah. He's talking a little bit more about cybersecurity than Galvin, but his complaints, you know, this race has been really vicious for an office that is, you know, one of the quietest sort of background offices in the state. This has been a vicious drag-out race where they've been really trying to get dirt on each other, and, you know, but the dirt has seemed a little petty to me on both sides.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think what he's trying to do is focus on something that everyone's talking about after 2016, sort of, right. It's elections, it's, you know, there's the fears of hacking. I mean, he's trying to focus on something that will appeal to people overall, because most people aren't focusing too much on the securities part of the Secretary of State's office. So he's trying to hit on sort of the, I guess, the hot button issue that Secretary of States across the country, including here, have to deal with. So he chose a good path. I guess, yeah, did he make a good argument that he could bring change that Galvin isn't already doing? I guess remains to be seen.
It's hard, though. This is a statewide race. You know, Josh Zakim is a Boston City Councilor. He's a new Boston City Councilor. Right. So he's got a really big leap, you know, in terms of just getting the name recognition. Galvin's been in office, what, 24 years. His name is on every voter thing that goes out. I mean, his name has been everywhere. He's been, you know, doing commercial campaigns. He's branched out of just elections and, you know, talked about sort of, you know, dealing with securities and consumer issues. And so he's got, you know, he's been using the tools of his office for many, many years to get his name out there.
And I'll tell you something else that might be a factor that no one ever talks about. If Zakim were to win and then go on to beat, I believe, Anthony Amore as the Republican nominee in the fall, he would be only the third Jewish person ever elected statewide here in Massachusetts. Steve Grossman, the former state treasurer, being the most recent. Jewish candidates don't have a good track record in politics here in Massachusetts. I wonder if that'll be a factor, too.
Oh, I wonder, that hasn't really been brought up as an issue here. There's more been sort of the young face and sort of the fresh blood.
Didn't Galvin, right out of the box, refer to Zakim as sneaky?
Ooh, you know.
I think that happened very early on, yeah.
I mean, again, this race has been about a lot of things that don't have to do with the Secretary of State's race. I mean, you know, as Zakim has been trying to get attention, he's been trying to hit Bill Galvin for old legislative votes that he's made that having to do with gay marriage and having to do with abortion rights. I mean, things that, you know, A, are far in the past, and B, have nothing to do with the work of the Secretary of State's office.
Well, there are numerous other interesting races out there, GOP Senate race, DA's races in Middlesex and Suffolk County that we don't have time to get to. However, very quickly, turnout prediction. Matt Stout.
I think it would probably be two. It depends which primary. Statewide. I mean, maybe between both primaries of 300,000. I mean, 200 maybe. It's hard to say because it depends on who pulls what ballot. But I would say maybe like
that's low. That's low.
400,000. Yeah. Between the two.
Yeah, this is going to be a low one. I mean, you know, again, nothing big on the top of the ticket and hot.
Well, I'll tell you, it's up to you to prove us all wrong. Turn out and vote next Tuesday, then watch your vote count at 8 on MyTV 38 and at 11 on WBZ TV News. That's it for us for today. Now it's back to my colleagues for more WBZ News.